Oh, welcome to the Lone Wolf Tarot. We're going to do something a little bit different today, or this read. We're going to pull only from this, right? We're going to pull three supporting cards. Then we're going to get more insight from only this. And then whenever I feel called to switch up the deck, I will do so. But I wanted to just start out with just this deck. So we're going to pull like base energy, like general energy, and then like narrow it down. So we have Waiter coming out. We have Avenger coming out as well. Oh. And then we have Genius. Okay. So with these three cards individually, I'm going to show you them. Let's see what this happens, right? So there could be some type of, maybe like you were given someone, like with Waiter is low-key, not trying to say people are servants, but with Waiter, they're there, they're anticipating feelings, emotions, they're watching, they're observing from a distance, they're making sure everything is okay. They're providing a service that is pleasant majority of the time, and they look out to receive compensation for that. Okay, so like potentially you could have been in this energy where you were watching someone, observing what they needed, anticipating their needs, and all that stuff I just said. And this person either returned the favor with like hatred, or they returned the favor in a way that you did not enjoy, and you're kind of like in the petty energy of returning back what they did to you. Okay, it's giving like you don't like, for some reason you have been crossed in a way. And I'm not saying that you will be, like, you could be plotting to go against them, but like you're plotting to go against them in a way that is beyond what they can perceive because you have the Genius card coming out. Okay, I do want to get a little bit of information as to the connection with these two cards. So now we're getting supporting information to get like more of a, oh my gosh, more of an understanding. So we have Reader. Okay, so it's like Reader came out and then also Doctor came out. Wow. So Reader and Doctor. So with those two cards coming out to connect these energies, it's giving like you could have been observing this individual, this person, that, and like you gained knowledge from them, and you also gained how you should treat them. Like a doctor listens to the symptoms of somebody, and then they come to the conclusion of what they think would benefit them and heal them and resolve the issue. So you were gaining information and exploring deeper and observing them, and you decided potentially that your course of action was like, I'm gonna say like a vigilante kind of energy, somebody who um like Dexter energy. I'm gonna say Dexter energy, like the guy who basically hunts down people who are evil to handle them because they're horrible people. So it's giving like you are doing that type of thing. You're very smart. You have an ability that you can actually handle and take down people. We're not going to say it's in a physical way, but you can handle what, like when you observe this person and you come to the conclusion on their treatment, you remember them, you handle them, you plot and plan strategically, you use your intelligence, you have like these abilities that are way beyond you, very cunning, and you can just, so now I want to know exactly what, like maybe what, like, okay, so how are these two connected, like why the solution. So we have Father, and it flew out immediately in reverse. So maybe this person is like neglectful when it comes to their children. Maybe you watch them neglect their kids. Maybe you watch them be like mean to their baby mama. maybe you like, maybe this is like your family members, and your family members continuously, even though you were there for them, always did what they wanted you to do. You decided like, okay, I've been doing this enough. It's time for me to return the favor by just cutting you guys off, or like, not being there for them. So it's giving like villain era a little bit. I do want to get the connection between waiter, genius, and avenger. So genius with the waiter and avenger. The connection of these two with this one. Thank you. So we have swindler. Ooh. So with swindler, it's obviously getting like they took advantage of you. They lied to you. They took advantage of you, and they thought maybe you were stupid and wouldn't catch on. But you have an excellent memory. So when they lied, you remembered it. When they came up phony, when they did something that was like ratchety datchety, basically, that's my favorite thing to say. My kids love when I say ratchety datchety. When they did something like that, you remembered, and you took it into like account everything that you watched them do and that you observed them do. This type of energy, this fake facade, the people being phony, they using you because low key, if you're a waiter and you're benefiting them in some type of way, like if you're waiting on them, you're filling up their cups. You know what I'm trying to say? You're bringing them physical nourishments. You know what I'm saying? Food. You're cleaning up after them when they leave, and they're lying to you. They're using this to their advantage. They're pretending to be somebody they're not. Like let's say they even like, as an example, let's say for the waiter, they even said to you that they were going to give you a big tip because that would make the service even better. Like it's giving like they made false promises. They just did whatever they could to get continue getting this benefit out. It could be a family member, it could be a father figure, it could be a baby daddy or a masculine energy that potentially was a like, yeah, potentially was, maybe he even lied about being a father or being a family with you so that he could get into you know my goodies, my goodies. Like it's giving like there was just some type of swindler energy. Someone was tricking someone was lying to somebody. I really like, I know you guys can't see this, but I'm putting it anyway. But like, I'm just gonna put it down here so you can see it. But like, yeah, they were like lying to you or tricking you in some type of way, and you didn't forget. You realized that they were doing that, and you knew the best way to heal this situation for yourself and for them, their treatment would be for you to return the favor, or for you to maybe even, I'm not gonna say hatred because hatred is on this card, but like I don't think you returned it with hatred because let's be real, I don't think you have like the ability to be that petty, but I do believe if you did, whatever. But also, I feel like it was like they perceived it as hatred because you were so extremely nice. Imagine going to a restaurant and a woman is like, "Hello, how are you doing? How can we start with the drinks?" Blah blah blah, and they're doing the excellent service. And then the next time you come, they're just smacking their gum and like looking at you, like, and then they're just like not saying nothing. Like it's the giving like the two extremes. The extremes were so different that it feels like some type of animosity towards these individuals. Can I get some information? Can I get some clarity, please? Just overall anything. Okay, so with this landing right here, so magician. So magician came out. This father figure or this anti-father figure could be very much like passionate. They could like love to party. They could be outgoing, outspoken. They could love music. They could be a musician. A musician. I don't know why I'm saying it wrong. They could be a musician. Am I saying it right? They could be a musician. I don't. I'm moving this. I don't like it there. They could be a musician. They could be somebody who just like is creative in a way. Excuse me, I'm burping a lot. They could be someone who creative in a way. Someone who just celebrates life. So someone who's very much passionate and genuine in general. I don't know why this is being brought up. We get more information on what's going on. Okay, so with somebody with Captain coming out, okay, we have Captain. They could be like a leader. They could be on a journey to be a musician. Because we do have it in transition now that I'm thinking about it. So they could just be somebody who is like on a journey to create things for their passions. Someone who likes to make music. Someone who is either maybe they're like a producer because they make decisions with the captain coming out. So I don't know. Maybe we're getting more information on the situation. They could also have traveled away to pursue music. Maybe they went out all the time to go party and go to like DJ events and stuff like that as well. Maybe they go a lot of the time for music. Like if they do leave the house or they do go party, they do that. Okay, so with that being said, I do want to switch decks a little bit, and I want to switch decks with this one just to get like some more insight because these are more direct information. So wherever they land is what I'm going to read it as. I'm not going to clarify. So we have Origin. So Origin landed on Genius, but it's in reverse. Okay. So they maybe thought that you were, I'm not gonna lie, they could have met you and thought maybe that because you don't really have, or you didn't show your creativity, you didn't show like in the very beginning, they could have thought like you didn't have this, like because they were creative, maybe because they made music, because they wrote really good lyrics, because they did something when it comes to creative expression, and you didn't show that side of you in the beginning, like your brain power in a way, they could have not known that you were smart, and that's why they kind of like targeted you. You could have like yeah, you could have just like I don't think you played it small, but you just don't show all your hand. Like what's the point? You're like just chilling. You're observing more than you are initiating, or like yeah, more like you're observing more than you are acting. I'm gonna say. Okay, so let's get more information, please. Whatever wherever it lands. Okay, that's too many cards. Like I want to take them because only three cards. Okay, so overall, they could have planned a trap for you, or they could have like tricked you in a way. We definitely have that with the Swindler energy. Okay, they could have like strategically planned to trap you, to trick you. So it could be trap you with the pregnancy. It could be trap you when it comes to like maybe make you move out of town or move away. Maybe they were like trying to give you an opportunity with music, and they were like, "Hey, come with me. Let's go move over here by ourselves," and like and take you away from your family and something of the sort, and like isolate you. They trapped you in a way though. Like I don't. I think you low key were a victim. We're just gonna say it out loud. Like maybe you were a victim to this person, and it doesn't have to be physically or like sexually or anything. It's giving just like a victim, as in they tricked you. Like they saw you, they thought you were stupid and naive, and they wanted to benefit off of you and in some type of way. And that's still someone victimized, like making, like, yeah, making you a victim to their actions, regardless. It was like a mental type of thing, I feel like. So, Sweetheart is in reverse, and it landed next to Waiter and Swindler. So, it's giving, like, yeah, they very much pretended that they had pure intentions for you, that they loved you unconditionally. They have intentions that maybe they did get you pregnant, or only because it's in reverse, maybe you potentially lost a pregnancy. I'm sorry if you did, but it's giving like maybe as soon as you became pregnant, that's when they flipped the script and they started to show their hand, or maybe they started speaking to you of pregnancy, and maybe they like took that back from you and said they don't want to get pregnant or never got pregnant or something of the sort. This could also be a masculine, bro. You could be a masculine who maybe wanted some to get someone pregnant, and you were like, at their beck and call, giving them all this type of money. Look at this swindler. Okay, this swindler has so much fucking money at the bottom of this card, so it's giving like maybe there's potential that they were like trying to trick you to get as much money out of you as they could. Why they just partied and wasted their time away and wasn't like really benefiting anything. They were just like always traveling, always enjoying themselves, making all the decision making about what your money is and stuff. And you finally decided, like, you know what, I'm not gonna let this happen anymore. And now you do have to move when it comes to how you act with them, with the memories, so that you can continue to act in this hatred energy. Because if not, you have a love for them in a type of way, but they don't have a love for you. Flip that where that needs to go. It doesn't have to be a masculine, but that's what I'm getting as well. Can we get a little bit more insight, please? And I'm gonna finna close this out with some tarot. So we have robbery. Yeah, they basically took all the money you gave them. Robbery landed right here on travel. I mean, on musician and captain. They took all that money from you. They probably try to take your destiny as well. Let's say they try to take your destiny. Maybe you wanted to do something with your life, and they took that ship and they said, "We're doing this. We're doing what I want." Maybe you wanted to be the musician, and they were like, no, this is not important right now. We need to go focus on this. We're making that. They made all the decisions. They decided all the things for you, which wasted your money. It took away your passions and your creativity. Okay, it didn't take it away, but like it occupied you so that you could be exhausted and not focus on that. So they were trying very much to like exploit you by making a lot of decisions. Okay, a lot of decisions and a lot of they could have also been like, passionate about exploiting you. Passionate in a way to where like they were just having fun, low key. Like they were wasting time. That's what it feels like. Cause a waiter, bro. Emphasis on just the word waiter. You were waiting for something. You could have been waiting for them to get pregnant. You could have been waiting for them to propose. Could have been waiting for them to be like, saying that they wanted a family with you. You could have just been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and then you had to start like paying attention, observing them, actually saying, yeah, this person's tricking me. This person's being a ratchet. Like you had to start actually using your brain in the situation. Not saying that you don't have a brain, but it's giving like you let your heart kind of control this narrative so much to where you had to be like, I can only think logically. The logic is gonna run the show, because the logic is also next to the captain. So now it's just purely using your memory and like all that energy on how you treat people now. Like now it's like full drive on that. I'm gonna pull one card from the tarot to close it out. Maybe two. One card. Let's see. Ooh, yeah. So we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Now you're moving low key, and it landed right here on top of the Avenger. So now you're moving in a way that looks like you're obsessed with making money. You're stubborn now. You don't even budge when if anybody comes to you, anybody, if this person, a new person, anything, right? Somebody comes to you, you're not going to move. You're like, I'm focused on my path. I'm focused on what I want. I'm focused on making money, my money. This is what I need to do. You know what I'm trying to say? It kind of landed on father as well. So like you're putting father on the back burner too. You're you're greedy with your time. You're greedy with your energy. You're greedy with everything. You remember how much time you wasted waiting and waiting for this individual that you're not playing anymore. Now you're stubborn. Now you're done. If you do indulge it for yourself, you lost potentially a lot. You remember everything that you lost so that you can move in this type of energy. Wild work, bro. I feel kind of like this person, this energy is very broken emotionally. Like this is making me sad. Cause like there's no healing done. You just moved with hatred after. Like I'm gonna say it now. You moved with hatred after. Like you didn't do the work that needs to be done to better yourself in a emotional, spiritual way. You moved in only financial and physical. Ego. You moved ego. Let me get one more card, please. Land it right back on top of there. Okay, so wow. So something Page of Wands came out on top of it. There could have been like a new discovery. I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask for a clarifier for the Page of Wands, please. Why'd I even give another card? Could have just ended it right there, right? Okay, so somehow something that you're worrying about. What? So there could have been like maybe some type of fears. Maybe yeah. Maybe you're like maybe this is going to inspire you to eventually explore your fears, your anxiety, your depression. Okay, your traumas. Maybe you need to explore that. You need to get pursue, dive into that energy, what causes fears, what caused this trauma, why were you triggered, child inner healing and stuff, and child wounds, and blah 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 blah. I'm gonna pull one from the crystal deck and then we're done though. One from the crystal deck, then we're done with that. I'm gonna move on with my life. I ain't talking shit. I got two cards. So I normally do not take these in reverse, so I'm not going to, but they did land in reverse, okay? But it don't make sense to land in reverse, so I'm not taking these in reverse. But we have Garnet and Morganite. So I'm reading Garnet first, but you can look at, I'm gonna read Garnet, right? Let's look at Garnet. So Garnet, it says justice. Mercy bears richer fruits than strict justice. Damn. So that's heavy saying like you need to take a break. Okay? Honestly, I'm just say like I say it. I read the Bible, you feel me? I was raised Christian, you feel me? Revenge of the Lord's. So don't go out your way to try to get back with the get back, you feel me? Just enjoy let that shit slide. You feel me? Don't worry about that person. Don't worry about whoever wasted your time. Just move on. Especially with the next card we have, which is the Morganite, right? Morganite, which is the love card. It says, if you love somebody, let them go. If they return, they are always yours. And if they don't, they never were. So I feel like you need to just move with love now. Maybe love yourself, love the individual, release them. I don't think you should take this person back. I'm gonna be so real with you, but at the same time, if someone does come to you and come back to you, you don't be mean to them. You don't come like trying to be whatever. Like maybe maybe you can be friends. Maybe I don't know what this person did to you. They could have been really really bad. Lying and tricking you and stuff is fucked up, and using up all your money is fucked up, and partying all the time and wasting your time away is fucked up. But it's like at the same time, move with love as much as you possibly can and let the revenge be the Lord's so that you can just dust your hands from this situation instead of carrying it in your heart. Because high key, the way you're moving now is I can feel it physically. Like I can feel the physical manifestation of of how you feel. Like right now my heart is heavy because I'm not processing anything. I'm just carrying it with me as I move forward, and it's causing me to be stubborn. It's causing me to move with hatred. It's causing me to, you know, push other people away, new people away. It's not allowing me to accept anyone else who does come to me with love. So that being said, you have to process this and release this and heal this. And if that is being friends with that person or, saying that I'm not going to try to hurt them in any type of way, whatever it needs to be. Long story short is this is the end of that reading, and I love you and I hope the best for you in this situation. Peace.